Hello. Today we're talking about winter depression because bitch, it has hit me. Bitch, it's gotten me. Things really take a toll for me during the winter. So basically this is what I'm doing to save myself until I can afford to move either to a busier city or move somewhere where it's just fucking warm. Even though I kind of hate winter anyway, just because I don't like the cold, I feel like I could survive winter in the city. Because I went to Chicago for my 18th birthday, which was in late November, and we were going outside, we were doing things all the time. We were right downtown, like in the city at the hotel that we were staying at, and there are still, dude, people are going outside and like shopping and doing shit in the middle of a blizzard, and it doesn't matter. And where I live, it's like nobody's out. Everybody's just kind of cocooned like in their homes and they're nesting, and that's fine, I guess, but it's like, oh my gosh, it does terrible things to me, and it makes me genuinely feel like life is so hopeless and like I'm genuinely just going crazy until I can either maybe move to Chicago, or I would like to live in California. That's really where I want to go. But I'm 18 and I don't have many savings. I don't have a car yet, so I'm trying to get my shit together. I'm like in my house all the time and it just is fucking terrible. So let's just start out with taking accountability for your mental health, okay? This is something that's newer for me. It's just so easy to blame other people. I chose just to be mad and be a helpless victim, even though I wasn't. Like, I just wanted to convince myself that I was. I truly believed that there was nothing I could do to help myself at all. But now that I'm 18, I can't tell myself that anymore because it's obviously not true. Because I'm technically an adult, which no, I'm not. I'm literally a child. I'm literally a child. I'm a fucking child. But still, if I want to be able to move out, I can technically any day now, but I don't really have the resources for that. So I'm deciding that I'm gonna stop being helpless and start actually taking charge of my life and realizing that my depression now is not anybody's fault but mine. And I think that's a really powerful thing, because if you make something your fault, then it's your job to change it. But if you say that, like, if I were to keep blaming the fact that I am depressed on somebody else, then that would mean that there's nothing I could do about it. Like, the issue is just kind of out of my hands, and that's not true at all. So I think first just saying, okay, well, I'm depressed and it's pretty much my fault, so it's my job to solve this problem. So that's just first and foremost, okay? Like, you have to stop blaming your problems on other people or on like the state of the world, even though it might be true, but like just treat it like it's something that you can do something about, because you can. I swear to you, you can. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, I always anticipate that I'm going to hate winter. And I think that when you go into something with a shitty attitude, you're going to have a shitty experience because you don't give anything a chance. This just brings me to my next topic, which is the fact that I need to get a job. And okay, listen. When I was 17, I was just saying that I was going to start doing house sitting and stuff. Because I didn't want to get a proper job, because when I was 16, I tried to get a job at Kohl's and I literally hated my fucking life. I worked there for 3 days and my social anxiety was just so terrible because I was genuinely so isolated that it was just so fucking overwhelming, and I had no clue. And there were so many other changes that were going on in my life. I think it was just bad timing, and I was not prepared for the amount of overwhelm that I was feeling. And also at this time, I didn't have a lot of hope for my future, so that really just made it so like I saw no end to what was happening. But now I'm 18. I've thought about doing the whole house sitting stuff. I am gonna get on some websites and look, but I really am just gonna apply everywhere to any job that I find, because I just don't give a shit at this point anymore about the fact that, yes, I know I'm still going to have anxiety, because that's just something that I am currently working through, and that's okay. But I genuinely, like so genuinely for real, am not gonna let it stop me. And I feel like I've known this for a while now, for a few months, that I can definitely handle having a job, but it's just the fact that I've talked so much talk about not being able to, like I've told everybody around me, like, oh my fucking god, I just cannot handle having a job, like I can't do it, like what do you want from me, you know? Just the whole, it's kind of that victim mindset coming back to bite me in the ass, because I've kind of got it so deeply ingrained in me. I'm like, well, this is not who I said I was, this is not what I said I was capable of, so what are other people gonna think about me when I go and try to do this? Like, people are just waiting for me to fail, and like they think I'm being stupid and ridiculous and whatever. But I've decided that literally nobody's gonna say that to me. It's all just something that I've made up in my head, because nobody has ever mentioned anything about that to me. So yeah, I'm basically going to get a job, and I don't give a fuck. And that's it. I know it's not gonna be my favorite, but I am gonna love having a paycheck every week, and I am going to love being able to save up for a car. Hello! That's really, I would say that's my biggest goal that I have for 2026, is to get myself a vehicle. And I think that's a great fucking goal to have this year, because then I'll be able to go out and do things and be in the world without having to rely on some other sort of outside transportation. And I think that's going to be very empowering for me. Part of what can make winter feel so grueling, is that the right word? Just so miserable, is the fact that it feels like there's nothing to do. This is at least something I struggle with, because so many things that I love to do just involve being out in nature. Like, I love going to the beach, I love going for walks, I don't know, there's so much more free time also in the summer, because people are out of school, at least teenagers, you know what I mean? Yeah, all my friends and stuff are out of school. I have graduated high school, thank you very much. I graduated in October, because I'm a G. Making plans in the winter is so fucking important, bitch. You need things to do, okay? This is a stupid ass fucking mistake that I would make every year. Oh, there's nothing to do though, I can't do anything. Bro, just hang out with people, hang out with your friends. I have more friends now this year, so I do have some plans for this winter, especially December, this month. This month is a great month for me for plans, which is nice, which is very nice. I don't really have that many plans for January yet. I think the main thing that I'm going to focus on January is just working and saving up. That's really going to be my thing. And then also just keep making my YouTube videos, keeping my TikTok, doing that stuff, and really focusing in on forming habits, getting some really good routines down, which brings me right into my next topic, which is to start building your positive habits in the winter and start creating some simple routines. I think that the winter is a really good time to be like, I don't know, lock in, I guess. And I'm not trying to follow the whole like, this is my winter arc, here's, you know, 75 hard, bleh, lock in, discipline. That's not really the kind of person I am, but I do think that it's important to get your shit together, I guess. Some things that I've been doing that maybe could be a little inspo for you is I've created a really nice morning routine that I really, really like, and I'm still working on getting everything done within an hour because that's how long my morning routine is. Obviously, depending on your age, your lifestyle, whether or not you work, like, you might not be able to have a whole hour to yourself in the morning, but I do, thankfully. So, and by the way, I'm not talking about one of those stupid fucking morning routines that, like, are just ridiculous and they don't actually do anything. And if you're gonna take time out of your day, especially if you're trying to wake up earlier in the morning to do things, like before you go to work or school or whatever your responsibilities may be, don't set a time or set aside all that time just to do shit that was like, it doesn't make you feel good. It's not good for you, and it's just you're doing it because you see other people doing it. You know what I mean? So I do things. Everything that I do in the morning is something that is improving my mental health, improving my physical health. Something that just makes me feel good and excited about my day. It's just taking care of me in some way, but it's also not super like wake up at 5 a.m, go to the gym, blah, like just be fucking miserable in the morning. I don't really like that either. If you're into that and you like that, go ahead and do it, but personally I'm not. So yeah, just having some simple things that you can actually keep up with every single day, I think is really good. One of the best pieces of advice that I've ever taken to heart and like I guess implemented in my own life is when you're going to build a routine or you're trying to pick up some sort of habit, you should always ask yourself if it's something that you could do for the rest of your life, or I mean, depending on what exactly the habit or the routine is and how long you want to keep it, you know, ask if you can keep it for that duration of time. So for me, when it comes to my morning routine, I want this to be able to be something that I can do for like years and it works for me. And obviously I'm willing to let it change still, because I think that especially as my lifestyle is going to change, obviously my routines will have to change too. But this is just something that I feel like I am able to do every single day without an issue. So if you're curious as to what my morning routine might be, first thing I do, I wake up. Depending on how tired I am, I might do NSDR, which is non-sleep deep rest. I got this, if you watch Andrew Huberman Lab, like if you listen to his podcast or anything, obviously you already know what this is. But it's essentially, well, I'm not going to try to explain it to you because I don't actually know, but I just know that it's awesome and it makes me feel less tired. So I do that. I'll do like a guided one on YouTube for just like 10 minutes so that I can actually make myself get up. And right after I do that, I do 20 jumping jacks because it wakes me the fuck up because I'm so groggy in the morning and I have to get some sort of movement in immediately when I'm up. So boom, do that. It feels like shit when you first do it, but now I look forward to doing it every morning because I know that it's gonna make me feel better and it's pretty like immediate. Like while I'm doing the jumping jacks, I'm like, this fucking sucks and it's stupid, but then after I'm like, okay, I know I did this. Second thing, I drink a full big glass of water. This is my water cup. I think it's like 60, or no, it's 32 ounces? Yeah, it's 32 ounces. I drink one of those babies after I do my jumping jacks. Third thing I do is lymphatic drainage. Yeah, everybody fucking talks about this. It's like is it a buzzword? I don't know. I specifically do a lot of this, I should say, A lot of this morning routine I got from Amber White, White, right? I don't remember. She's on TikTok, and she posts about like myofascial release and stuff like that. But she shared her morning routine, which consists of doing jumping jacks, drinking water, lymphatic drainage. I do the specific one that she has posted on her page. After that, I have breakfast. Next thing I do, which is my favorite part of my morning, is vision boarding. Okay. Listen, everybody talks about this, everybody loves it, people are crazy about it, some people you might think are insane. Whether or not this genuinely works, I know there are some studies that have been done on this that like prove why it's good for your brain and why it works, but honestly I haven't really done my own research. I just do it because I like it, and I think that you just need to have a little bit of that in all of your routines, you know, just have a little something that makes you feel good, makes you feel happy, and makes you excited. Anyways, vision boarding, so great. The last thing I do in my morning routine, and possibly the most important, is meditating. Everybody and their mother meditates at this point. Honestly, I feel like I don't really need to go into that much detail about this because there's just so much information out there on it. That's my morning routine. I also have different routines for different things that I'm currently working on right now. Having a morning routine specifically though is so freaking great, especially when it's something that's, when you are doing tasks that are actually good for you and make your life better, as opposed to just having a morning routine because everybody tells you that you should. Make your routine simple. I have one routine that I do have down is my workout routine. I used to struggle with working out so fucking much, and that's okay. But now I just realized that I really, I think it's Yasmin Kapazova. Is that how you say your name? I tried. I like to follow her routine. She has like a workout plan for each day of the week. I just do that. It's really, really simple. I'm just trying to just make myself get some movement in every day, and that's my only goal really. So I just do her workouts. It's like 30 minutes a day. Very sustainable for me. I can do it. I don't always look forward to it. But that's the other thing, is when you're building routines, you have to be like, am I still willing to do this? Will I make myself do this even when I don't feel like it? And the answer for that to me is yes, because their workouts are not that hard and they always make me feel really good and really energized. I mean, to go with simple routines is also having simple goals. Things that are very manageable. When I used to set goals, I thought my dreams, like reaching for them, I'm reaching for a skyscraper. Do you know what I mean? Like I have huge goals, yes I do, but they're not things that I feel are realistic for me to achieve right now, because there are so many other things that I need to get done before I can reach for those things. For example, the fact that I want to have a car, that's a pretty, you know, I was like, when I would vision board, I was like, I'm gonna put this super expensive, amazing car on there because that's all I give a fuck about and that's all I want, and I'm just, you know, I deserve it. Sure, I do deserve it, but I don't have a job that's gonna get that for me right now. It's just not realistic, which is a word that a lot of people don't like to use if you're like into manifesting or like you're trying to live out your dream life. I am trying to live out my dream life, but I am just recognizing it's important to recognize where you're starting from, okay? So yes, aim high, aim for the sky, but you have to start, like, baby steps. Baby steps is all I'm saying. Setting simple goals that are where you can also take simple steps to achieving those goals. Like for me, simple step, get a job. I used to think that I would just post on social media until eventually I got really famous and made a bunch of money for it, and then that's all I would ever do with my life. But that's not realistic for me because I'm still figuring this whole social media, YouTube thing out, and that's okay, but I need to start generating some money in the meantime while I still figure this out. And that's completely fucking chill, and it's awesome. It's cool because there are benefits for me to having a job in person aside from just the money aspect. So yeah, setting simple goals where I guess where there is a clear reward involved, because obviously, like, I'll just use this example. It is a goal of mine to grow my YouTube channel, grow my TikTok and all my other sort of platforms, but it's a little bit of a guessing game because I don't know when this is really going to take off for me and when I will become really successful on here. However, let's say I go get a job at, like, if I were to start working at Kohl's or something again, I know that I'm going to be making money every single week, and I know that it's guaranteed. The money, the hours, the stuff like that, that's guaranteed. When you're going to set your goals this winter, especially, you know, because it's the new year and everybody's doing it, let them be realistic, especially if you're somebody who is really affected by that winter depression. Key takeaways for the winter depression: try to have a social life. I know it's hard. I know it's really, really fucking hard if you're somebody who doesn't have any friends. I get it. I've been there. I definitely have more friends now than I did. I literally had one friend and that was it. And I have some more like acquaintancy type friends, and I'm working on getting myself out there and meeting new people. But the whole not having a car thing is really putting a damper on my social life. So that's the thing. We need in-person interaction during this time of sadness and hopelessness. That's so truly, like, that is what's saving me, is just making myself be around people, and being grateful to be around people. Hello. Taking accountability for your life, of course, again. Okay, I'm telling you, I'm looking at you right now, okay? You can do this. It's your job to get yourself out of this rut. And it's cool because we're doing it even though it fucking doesn't feel good all the time. It's okay to be a little bit optimistic and have a little bit of hope. You could be like me, and after you get your car, you're gonna start saving up to move to somewhere warmer because winter fucking sucks and it's dick. Okay? Fuck winter. I'm moving the fuck out. And then lastly, make that vision board, okay? We both know it's fun. We both know it's a lot of fun and it's amazing and it helps you romanticize your life. Yeah, I guess those are my main takeaways. Here's to fighting the winter depression.